Welcome to A Spot of Poetry, featuring outstanding poetry written by outstanding poets. I'm your host, Joe Pizzo. Let's begin with some background on our featured poet. Today's featured poet was born in London, England in 1757. His interest in writing began early in his life. A deeply religious youngster, he claimed at the age of 10 to have had a vision of angels filling a tree. Earlier in his life, he claimed to have seen the head of God in a window. The religious interest deeply influenced both his personal and artistic perspectives. Mostly homeschooled as a youngster, this lover of Gothic art later studied drawings and engravings during his adolescent and teen years. He rejected popular artists such as Raphael and Michelangelo in favor of the Elizabethans and ancient balladeers. By 1779, he became known as a skilled artist. In 1783, he published Poetical Sketches, a collection of his works spanning the previous 14 years. He married Catherine Sophia Boucher, who was illiterate until he taught her to read, write, draw, and color his works. He also taught her to see the visions he was seeing. The loss of his brother Robert to tuberculosis actually led him through a vision to create a technique that he called illuminated painting, in which he would control every single aspect of his artistic production. In 1803, during the time of the Napoleonic Wars, this excessively sensitive individual had been accused of sedition, condemning the king, when he forced one of the king's soldiers to get off of the artist's land. The artist defended himself in court and was actually victorious. After becoming very sensitive to harsh criticisms of his work, he withdrew from those who allowed their evaluation of his art to be influenced by his non-traditional behaviors. He died in 1827 and left a great deal of wealth to his widow. Moreover, his work served to influence poets, including T.S. Eliot and W.B. Yeats. Our featured poet is William Blake. His poem being featured today on A Spot of Poetry is entitled The Tyger. Tyger, Tyger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare cease the fire? And what soldier and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer? What the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil? What dread grasp dare its deadly terrors clasp? When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? Tyger, Tyger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? Thank you for joining me to share The Tyger by William Blake. I'm looking forward to the next time when we share more outstanding poetry written by outstanding poets. Once again, for A Spot of Poetry, I'm your host, Joe Pizzo. May your day be filled with poetry.